What's up, guys? Okay, so we're in the engine room here. We got the motor that came out of the race car. Took it out last night. Now, gonna get the turbo off, wastegates, exhaust manifold, so we can check on all these things before next season. And I'm gonna pull the head off so I can drop it off at the machine shop and they can go through it. Yeah, so plan is do that today, get that all apart. I might talk over it later when we edit it, but it might just rush and take it all off, and then we'll talk about it when we go to the machine shop or talk about what the machine shop says. All right, guys, me and Gear Wrench, gotta get to it. Okay, so here's the short block from last season. I'm going to retire this block. That was the cleanest burning, smoothest running JZ I've ever had in my life, and I don't want to take it apart because it was running perfectly. So I took the head off. We're gonna go refresh the head. This is the head right here. What we're gonna do is see where we're at with spring pressure and see what the valves look like and the seats look like after a whole season. And if everything is reusable, we'll kind of do our little repairs and clean everything up, get it back within spec. Maybe we have to replace some parts. We'll find out shortly when we're at engines. Well, give them a week or two. Engine supply will let us know. Then we'll take the right steps, put this head back on that block. That'll be probably not a race-worthy block in a race car because we already did a whole race season on it, and you just don't want to, you know, play with fire like that. So that will get retired, maybe go in a street car or something one day, or worst case scenario, it saves the day in the case that your backup, your main failed, your backup failed, and then you had that one, something like that. What we have here is a block that I put on the shelf for a year. This was a 2018, I label them. So when we start out, see this one says first half of 2018 race season, 86.5 bore. So this one got retired partway through the season, not because it blew up, not because anything was like failed on it. It just, we had, I think the rings were like a little bit kind of losing tension, so we were getting lower compression, so I decided to take it apart. So anyways, it's already notched for a stroker crank. These are the main caps that were on it, so we're just, and they've already been a line bored or a line honed, so it's good to go. We got a brand new BC 3.4 liter lightweight stroker crank, the 5309 LW lightweight. That's the Brian Crowder crank. We have new ARP head studs and main studs. We got a new ATI damper. We have Carrillo HD rods for 2JZ. We have custom CP Carrillo 11-to-1 compression pistons, 4-stroker. This is what we're gonna use in this block, and since it's 86.5 bore, these are 87, we'll upsize it. These are good to go. There's a brand new head here that you can buy from Toyota. GSC is gonna send some cams. We're gonna see what we do with springs and valves, and I'll update you guys on that as it happens. But first, we're gonna have Engine Supply do a little port on this head, and then we'll fill the head with the rest of the stuff later. This will happen in the next probably 3 weeks, maybe a month. If I can get that back, it'll be the spare for this season. We already have a motor that we built last year that we didn't have to use. That's this guy right here. So this motor, we're gonna switch the valve covers, switch this, because that's just stock. We either paint it or maybe do that carbon one that Chris Forsberg gave me, or if I don't go VVTI, we can't use that one. We'd have to come up with our own front cover here. I don't know yet. So I'll update you guys on that as it happens. This is the motor that we will be running. It's good to go. We broke it in, then pulled it out. So it's like literally ready to go. We'll still throw it on the dyno. So let's head over to Engine Supply, drop off some stuff, say hi to Mason. Check that guy out. It's Vin Diesel over there. Oh, it's Jesse James.
What's up, my brother?
Jesse, what are you working on?
Working on.
Here's a JZ head.
That's 2000.
This is a clean one.
That's yours.
Oh, that's the stroker one for the
junk.
The guy. All right. Well, we gotta find Mason. Look at Matt. There's Mason. Oh, he's scared of the camera right now. We'll get him in a second. Okay, guys. Sometimes you talk to Mason, he has nothing to say, and then he'll call me later and be like, "Oh, I should have said this, 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 this." Let's see what he says.
I got nothing. I'll call you later.
Dang it. Let's just pretend we're not here and follow him around, and he might say something funny in a second. Is this more stuff than you thought was gonna be here?
Yeah, you took the whole motor down?
No,
That's not out of it?
this is another build we're doing for a guy named Dan.
You're leaving the lower end together?
Yeah, and then we rebuild this like super good, put this back on, and then don't run that in a race car because I don't trust the lower end that ran a whole season, you know. But like, what if it just ran in like a street car? Thoughts? Let's get his thoughts.
The lower end was working good, so
Yeah,
keep running it.
Same thought I had, but we're not gonna put it in a race car because you would blow it up probably.
Put it in baby blue.
Nah, he doesn't need all that power. It could be like a retired stroker motor that one day could go in the black Supra if it came to that, but I don't have money to build that car. Anyways, this stuff, yeah, okay. We gotta go talk to Mason. So, I told you guys already. We gotta port that head. That's a brand new head. Do like a little pocket port like your buddy with the...
Dave. At
Dave.
Mason.
Oh, you got the stuff.
Man, he's camera hungry today.
You got the stuff.
Here.
Dangle that. Check it out, guys. Okay, this is last year's head. Ran all season. Got its ass beat on a little bit. Just checking, it looks like the seat pressed in a tiny bit on the exhaust side on all of them. If you're comparing, when you look right here, there's like a little step there, and then you look over here. Engine Supply just did a quick little pocket port on here. Little bowl blend. Cleaned it up. Looks super nice. This is the bowl blend from Head Games. I'd have to say I'm not impressed by the comparison of the two. And this was a pretty penny for this one. Consensus is bring all your work to Engine Supply. So what we're gonna do is do what we have to bring this head back to life. So this will be a spare, and this is the motor. This is gonna go on the block that we run this year, and we'll put GSC valves in here, springs and cams. We're gonna do all GSC this season in there. It's gonna go good, and we have a plan set for it. So we're gonna order the stuff, and then or GSC will send the stuff over, and then we'll set this one up. We're gonna replace these valves with 1 mil over because the way the run out was when we got it back from Head Games, we had to there's so much run out when we would check each valve that they just weren't gonna seal, so we had to redo the valve job, which then sets it a little deeper inside the motor, closer to the seat, and then if we were to use stock size valves again, they're too deep. So this is 1 mil oversized just so we have a good contact patch, not for the added flow that you could get from 1 mil. We won't be even utilizing that part. But then this will be healthy enough to run as a spare. Hopefully we won't have to use it, and we just go with this guy all season. It's getting loud over here. I'm gonna go talk to the guys, and we'll get back to you guys and update you a little bit more coming up soon. The race car, it's all apart. Okay guys, let's talk a little bit about the race motor. So we got all the parts together, we went over and dropped it off at Engine Supply with Mason. We talked about what we were gonna do. It's been a couple weeks. We still haven't got all the parts from GSC for the head. We're still waiting on the motor fully be done. The short block should be done tomorrow or the next day. So this is the end of part 1 of the race motor. The short block's gonna be assembled and back this week, and then we'll do some more filming and talk more about the head parts, the parts that we did change, and the kind of the action we took after looking and assessing the parts, and the little bit of damage that happens, or not damage but wear, and then how you're going to try and make the wear even less the following year to prevent certain things so that it's just healthier, closer to how it is like when you first break it in, you know, at the end of the year, if we can make that happen. Stay tuned for the new parts that are going in the head and what we're fixing to make a little bit less wear happen in the head. As for the bottom end, super solid setup with the Run BC, like the 5309 lightweight strength stroker crank, 3.4 liter crank, and the CP Carrillo HD rods and CP Custom 10.5 to 1 pistons from last season. Worked really good all year. Yeah, they get a little bit of wear, but no issues. And then you'll get to hear about all the new parts that are going in the next video. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. See you guys soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.